customizing the format or appearance of your website. So if you go to the back of your website and you click appearance, it will bring you to this page here. And this is the current theme of your website, or the look and feel of your website. So this is one that has been implemented by the Burnett design team. So if you click on customize, it brings you to this layout here, which is where you can change the format of your website. So you probably won't need to use it much, but it'll be really helpful for you to kind of know your way around it if you do. So this is more about the format, so the colors, the fonts, the size, the template of the background. So we're just going to go through this really quickly. So presets is default, so you don't need to worry about that. General here is where you would edit the layout, so the width of certain content, spacing, any shadowing, your scroll to top button, which is when you get so far down the web page and this little button appears here that takes you back up to the top, and it takes you through all sorts of mobile options too. So if we go back to the background, you'll see here that it is a plain background, which is what you like. We like a plain background. It's very crisp and clean. Accent colours here, we have picked green because green is obviously your brand colours. Headings here goes through the font size, the type, the style. All of your font editing can be done in here. Text, again, is your font size and height, this time for the bulk text, not the headings. Button colours and button fonts, all things button related can be edited there. And your social media links. So this is where you can add any social media. So you've got Facebook in there already, that's brilliant. The colour icons here, you can have branded or monochrome. And you can add in any other social media handles here if you get any. I'm going to delete that because you are not a Natural Charcoal company. So any edits that you make are not live until you click publish. There we go. So if we go back here, you can see we've gone through all the general settings now. So we're going to go back to the main bit. This is where we started. We're going to move to header. And this is the format. So this is on default, so that's fine. The style, again, of the header, you've got link text, so it turns different colours if it's a link. Header layout, so your navigation sizes. Header style. The header logo, so your logo text here is the Kendall Soap Company. Navigation layout, again, you can go through all of your buttons, the format of everything, and navigation style, again, you can have all sorts of background images, opacity, so whether you can see behind it or not. You probably won't use a lot of these before, but if you do, then at least you have a general idea of where to find them and where to go. So if we look at content, again, the same sort of things. You've got background colours, blog layouts. If you have a blog, I don't think that you do at the moment. Archive layout, post layout, lightbox. You won't use a lot of these. So we're just going to go through these really quickly. You don't have a sidebar here. Number of columns per row. There's 4 columns. Product galleries. Add to basket button is hidden. You don't really need that right now. So if we go back here, you go to footer. And this is the style of your footer. So remember, this is about the format and the customizing of the theme of your website. So how it looks, how it feels, how the font is. This isn't editing the content at this point. And any widgets, you don't actually have widgets at the minute, so you don't need to worry about that. Code, again, you don't need to use. This is JavaScript and HTML coding. I wouldn't even know where to begin with that. This is very much next level. You would need a specialist HTML coding expert to be able to do this. Settings, again, site identity. This is one that you may use, not a lot, but you may need to get into this. So obviously your site name is the Kendall Soap Company. Your tagline is handcrafted artisan soap. And your site icon is this little leaf here. Your icon is this. This is what appears on your different tabs when they get opened. And your homepage settings, again, this is all kind of a static thing. You don't need to worry about these. Then we go to menus. So we did a different video on how to update this menu, so I won't go into that now. You can also update the footer. So foot or feet is at the bottom, so we know that that's the menu at the bottom. So you can update what goes in this bit here, so different links. You would usually keep all of these at the bottom because these are things that you need to have on your website, but you don't necessarily want them at the top. You don't want to promote them. You just need to make sure they're easily found. And if we go back, you don't need to worry about any of these. So this is store notice. So say if you want to go on holiday and you want to close your website, you would use a store notice to add something in that says a Kendall soap company is taking a short break, blah blah blah, we'll be back open on this date, thank you so much, goodbye. Product category, again, this is all very much background stuff, you don't need to go into these. Product images is really helpful. So you were saying the other week about your product images being different sizes. Now your website, I'm going to do a separate video on product image sizes, but your website has a specific size of images that it feels that it will shrink your images to. So this is really helpful. This is actually something that I took a photo of on your phone, so you have this here. So when you give Sophie your props to do all the photography, she may well ask for this. If she does, then you can just send her the little picture that I put on your phone camera. And then checkout options here. So you've got company field name hidden because people won't be companies buying. Address to is optional, but the phone is obviously required. Privacy policy, terms, conditions. You've got your privacy policy data. That's fantastic. Terms and conditions, tick box. And that's kind of it. So a lot of this you won't need to use, but it's really, really important for you to understand where you need to go should you want to change the colours or the format or the font or the style of your website.